Clarksville, Metters Lumber True Value.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 91 days. This is Arkansas Game Day live from Walk-On's Fort Smith. Better than a sports bar, more than a restaurant.
They are the champions of the SEC. And the fact of the matter is this team just does not know how to lose.
Arkansas Game Day is also brought to you by Harry Robinson Buick GMC, where you always get more for your trade. And by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, proudly serving Fort Smith, Arkansas, and surrounding areas.
They're coming from Fayetteville. They're coming from Little Rock, from Fort Smith, from Pine Bluff, from all four corners of the natural state.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. Now, here's Ty Richardson.
Man, it's a beautiful night for baseball. Onside Smackdown, Mason Choate. I am Ty Richardson, getting you ready for Arkansas tonight, 8 o'clock, where you can hear Bubba Carpenter and Phil Elson, ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com. Boys, they've made it to the second game of the regional after a little slow start against the New Jersey Institute of Technology. I think Phil has understood that they've earned the full name of their title, not just Injit or whatever he was calling them all week long. That team came to play, but Arkansas, just too much talent, too many bats, and now an opportunity tonight against Dave Van Horn's former team, a place that he spent a good period of time. And then there's the dynamic of Will Bolt, one of his former players, his protege, if you will, that's taken over that program. They won the Big Ten this year. We've got a great game in front of us tonight, and it couldn't ask for a better atmosphere that you're going to see in Baum-Walker Stadium, fellas.
Yeah, Ty, I mean, it's going to be even better than last night, I think. This is a bigger matchup. They're playing a better team in Nebraska. Nebraska's pitching their ace. I mean, two games ago, he went 9 innings against Indiana, struck out 10. So it's going to be exciting. Of course, Arkansas's got Wicklander, their ace, out there on the mound tonight. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this. I hope they can sweep this regional, man.
Yeah, I think that Arkansas's, again, you got a great opportunity tonight, and you're welcome to call in and voice your opinion. We're live at Walk-On's Fort Smith. Make sure you swing on by. Great game day atmosphere that you're going to see here tonight, along with some awesome food, cold drinks, whatever you need here at Walk-On's Fort Smith, 4306 Phoenix Avenue. We're also brought to you in part by Harry Robinson Buick GMC, where you always get more for your trade, and then Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley, helping you in the Arkansas, Fort Smith, and surrounding areas with all of your insurance needs. So questions after we saw the bullpen this past game. He didn't have a good outing from Caleb Bolden, and now you're expecting a lot better out of Patrick Wicklander. You just mentioned their ace, Mace. This is an opportunity tonight for Patrick Wicklander. It's been one of the question marks of this baseball team, and we've been nitpicking to a certain extent, because when you win every SEC series, when you're the unanimous #1 team in the country, when you have so many things go your way multiple times this year, it's hard to select a part of the baseball team and say, hey, they need to get better at this, they need to get better at that. Now, Dave Van Horn can always find something that this team is improve on. That's what this coaching staff and that's what coaches do. But the pitching, you got a little worried this past game. And it was something that Phil Elson and Bubba Carpenter talked about in the postgame. This team is not invincible. They are very, very talented. When you were one of the only two teams in SEC history to win every single conference series, you can't say otherwise. But to say this team is invincible, to say that you don't have a worry in the world until the Supers, I think is just plain wrong, because we saw it in one game. We've got people already commenting on our Facebook page, getting excited. Go Hogs from David Cox, Woo Pig from William Ramsey, alongside our text line and our call line at 877-377-6963. You can also comment via Facebook, via YouTube, via Twitter, and via Twitch. Got a great setup here in Walk-On's Fort Smith. The bar is right behind me. There are TVs everywhere in this place.
So there's no reason for you not to be able to see this game while you're there.
No, absolutely not. And for those who don't know, the game tonight, the #1 team in the country, unfortunately, once again, has found itself on ESPN3. Now, many of you ask, Ty, what's ESPN3? Well, let me tell you. I would much rather listen to the golden pipes of Mr. Phil Elson and the hysterical commentary and just fantastic baseball commentary from Bubba Carpenter. But if you have to watch it on television and listen, that's fine. But if you have to find it on TV, it's on ESPN3. The great thing about Walk-On Fort Smith is they'll do it for you. They'll do it on all these games tonight. Now, Tanner brings up an important point on our Facebook live stream, something I thought of yesterday following the game. The Hogs are going to be absolutely focused going into this game tonight. They got a little bit of a scare yesterday. Let's not mince words over it, SmackDown. That was a scary situation. Third pitch, that guy goes yard on Caleb Bolden, and you're kind of sitting around like, what's going on? The Arkansas Bats don't wake up for 3 or 4 innings. Now, finally, they do. But SmackDown, this team is going to be heavily, intensely focused heading into tonight's baseball game.
Yeah, we need that pitching performance to get a lot better. And, I mean, when that first home run came across, it was like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever, no big deal. But that was the concerning thing for me. Outside of Kevin Kopps, you didn't really have that successful pitcher that could command the strike zone. You heard DVH really talk heavily about that. If they're not going to get the strike zone, then we're not going to deal with it. So that's kind of the way this thing is looking right now. But, I mean, you need Wicklander to do what Wicklander does all year long, and you need to get 2 or 3 pitchers tonight. That's the bottom of the story.
The thing about this baseball team, though, is that for most of the year they started slow. So it's you guys talking about how it's concerning, and I didn't feel super concerned, and I'm not really going to feel super concerned until maybe the bottom of the 9th inning, because this is a baseball team that's shown time and time again this year that no matter how hard the circumstances, they can get through it, and they have the willpower to get through it and the talent to get through it. And Nebraska's a team that started slow last night against Northeastern, who got knocked out today. And if they start slow tonight, I don't think Arkansas is going to let them into it at all.
I think you mentioned it, Mason. One of the things about this baseball team in 2021 is they've found multiple ways to win. There hasn't just been dominant pitching performance after dominant pitching performance. They've had the bats wake up certain games. They've had pitching duels where they've come out with one or two runs, and that was all it took and all they needed. And I think that's what stands out tonight. Now, John comments on our YouTube live stream. Again, you can comment via Facebook, via YouTube, via Twitch. We're live from Walk-On Fort Smith, 4306 Phoenix Avenue. Stop on by if you want a great place to watch the Razorbacks and the Cornhuskers go at it tonight. John talks about the pressure they felt. Now, let's be honest, this team felt a little bit of pressure yesterday when the expectation was that they dominate the New Jersey Institute of Technology from first pitch. Next thing you know, it's 3-0, and you're kind of looking around. Now, Mace, you brought up the lack of scaredness or lack of contempt that you felt for this baseball team when they went down early, and you felt the same thing in that dugout a little bit. There wasn't like worry faces. Dave Van Hoord wasn't freaking out. Matt Hobbs, Wes Thompson, Bobby Wernis, all those guys. Excuse me, Nate Thompson, not Wes Johnson. Those guys weren't freaking out either in the dugout, on the field. There was a solid, sly sense of confidence that this team had throughout the game, and it just eventually showcased itself. Jalen Battles got plunked twice, ended up hitting a bomb. It was weird to see him have that error, but he responded. Other guys kind of, you just were looking at him, it's like, hey, this is not so-and-so how he typically plays. And then he picked it up a little bit. Now, Garrett asked on Facebook, fellas, who's tonight's game changer? SmackDown, I'll let you start. You asked that question on halftime yesterday, and I thought it would be Connor Nolan. Actually, Mace, I'll let this go to you. I thought it would be Connor Nolan. Unfortunately, Connor did not have his best performance, had a few walks, but I think he'll respond. I think it's just one game, little pregame jitters. He'll get over it. Mace, if you had to pick a game changer tonight, who is going to be? Is it going to be Wick? Is it going to be the Bats? Who are you honing in on tonight?
You know, Ty, I think the easy answer is to say Wicklander, but I think the more interesting thing is if Wicklander goes out there and something like what happened against Vanderbilt in the SEC tournament happens where he just doesn't look on his game, what do you see from the bullpen? And you could see Kevin Kopps. Realistically, you could see just about anybody that you saw yesterday or anybody that you didn't see yesterday, because the good thing is you didn't tire out any of those arms. Nobody went for long, extended periods of time, including Kevin Kopps. So I think that no matter how good Wicklander does, it's going to be the bullpen and how they can do. because we saw last night in Nebraska in the end of the game, you know, they were a second half of the game team, and so how's that Arkansas bullpen going to do? Because we know that Arkansas has the bats, and they can really pick up the bats whenever they need to. So I'm really interested to see who comes out of the bullpen. Usually when it's Wicklander, it goes Wicklander, maybe Monk, and then Cops. So we'll see how that goes, but it's going to be the bullpen for me.
Yeah, I'm curious what Dave does tonight. I want to say, and SmackDown Mace, double-check me on this, I want to say Cops only had some around 26 pitches yesterday, so I think he'll be available tonight.
Thirds.
So 2 2/3 yesterday. Thank you, SmackDown. I don't think that Dave necessarily wants to go to him tonight if he doesn't have to, similar to what you brought up yesterday on halftime. Now, we did get a text in non-baseball related. This comes from Daniel in Pottsville. He said, we need a tie versus SmackDown farewell alligator eat-off contest at walk-ons tonight. That's a pretty good text from our buddy Daniel in Pottsville. And again, if you want to call or text in the program, it's 877-377-6963. Also, you can comment via Facebook, via YouTube, via Twitter, via Twitch. That was exactly what RDF4TA did. He said, we need a middle reliever to rise to the occasion tonight. We've leaned on Cops too much recently. Caden Monk needs to find himself. Caden Monk usually has a really good game. You'd like to see him have 2 consecutive games or in a series or over a weekend. I think Caden Monk has stuff. We've seen it, at points this season. Let's hope he gives a good, solid couple of innings for this Arkansas baseball team tonight. It is Arkansas Game Day live from Walk-Ons Fort Smith, 4306 Phoenix Avenue. If you haven't been, the atmosphere, the food, I'm sitting right next to Papa Shot where these kids are about to play. It's about to go on. There's not a place in the house that doesn't have a TV in front of you that will have the game on again 8 o'clock. Coming up,
IMT. To Arkansas Game Day live from Walk-Ons Fort Smith. Arkansas Game Day is also brought to you by Harry Robinson Buick GMC and Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley.
Than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Buick GMC, and they will pay you more for your trade. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they will still buy yours. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a Shelter Insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV? What? Oh, no way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
Call Chris Dooley for a free insurance review. 646-6792.
This is Arkansas Game Day.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunity, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
At Detail Shine 99, located on Jenny Lind, right across from Ramsey Junior High, they do it all, inside and out. If you're busy, just drop off your vehicle and it will be returned to you with a shine. And if your schedule doesn't allow you to drop off, your vehicle will be picked up, detailed front to back, and brought back to you looking like the day you bought it. Detail Shine 99. Prices from $99 to $149 plus tax. Call today at 339-0099 or check them out online at detailshine99.com.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson for Shangri-La Resort. They're going on their 65th year, giving you some of the memories you treasure to this day. Take it from me, I grew up going there. The Carrs are going on their 3rd generation of taking care of you. Mama Carr makes the best pie in all of Arkansas, and they wake up at 3 in the morning just to start making them. Check them out online at ShangriLaResort.net and check out their Facebook and Instagram pages for some of the best scenery in the natural state. Shangri-La Resort, a touch of paradise and a boatload of fun.
The Martins came over, we were having spaghetti when we suddenly noticed that we started getting sweaty as the temperature approached 90 degrees. My buddy said, man, you gotta call AshleyAir.com. When your air conditioner breaks, they're the one you want. AshleyAir.com. If fast and they're good and they got it going on. The technician showed up the very same day. Got it fixed right and fast, he was on his way. When your air conditioner breaks, you know who to call. There's only one choice, AshleyAir.com.
This Father's Day, give Dad that special gift from Jelco Outdoors. Rods and reels and a large selection of tackle for the fishermen. For the dad that loves to hunt, Jelco has it all, no matter the hunting season or game. For the working man, Jelco has been taking care of Dad since 1983 with their large selection of clothing and footwear. Jelco gift cards are always a hit. This Father's Day, shop local. Shop Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Happy Father's Day to all dads from Jelco Outdoors.
Did you know about 1 in 9 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer during his lifetime? Unfortunately, all treatment options can have side effects, like erectile dysfunction, urinary leakage, and bowel complications. However, SpaceOAR Hydrogel can help minimize your risk of side effects when used with radiation therapy. To learn more about the risks and benefits of SpaceOAR, visit spaceoar.com. That's spaceoar.com. Spaceoar.com. Sponsored by Boston Scientific.
Wheels RV in Springdale wants you to seek out all the Natural State has to offer this year. Explore Arkansas in a new RV from Grand Design, Forest River, KZ, Heartland, Keystone, or Alliance. All the best brands at the best prices. Enjoy peace of mind with our lifetime warranty on every new RV and a mobile service shuttle to keep you camping. So come on in and discover why Wheels RV was voted the best RV dealership in Northwest Arkansas. 5 miles west of I-49, exit 72. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Law's Drugstore in Fort Smith has COVID vaccinations available today for you and your family. Law's Drugstore has the Pfizer vaccine for ages 12 and up and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine for ages 18 and older. Just call 452-6116 to schedule your appointment or stop by Law's Drugstore at 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drugstore, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family. Call now, 452-6116.
ESPN 95.3. You're listening to Arkansas Game Day live from Walk-On's Fort Smith.
Call them the Omahawks. Yes, sir.
Arkansas Game Day is also brought to you by Harry Robinson Buick GMC and Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks.
Call or text the program at 877-377-6963. Now, here's Ty Richardson.
One more segment here, Arkansas Game Day live from Walk-On's Fort Smith. If you're looking for a place to watch a game, this is absolutely it. We got about 43 minutes till first pitch between the Razorbacks and the Cornhuskers tonight. I know our buddy Phil Elson and our other buddy Bubba Carpenter will have some great content for you coming up in the IMG pregame shortly alongside Mason Choden. Smackdown. I'm Ty Richardson. We're getting you ready for tonight's game between Arkansas, between Nebraska, and this is going to be the game that all eyes have been on when they saw this regional. Now, Dave Van Horn, the one job that he was going to leave Nebraska for was the University of Arkansas. And he's been here since 2003. We know his resume, 04, 09, 2012, 2015, 2018, 2019 College World Series. Well, now in order to get back to Omaha, he's going to have to go through his former team. Not only his former team, but a former player. You heard Dave Van Horn earlier this week on hitthatline.com, YouTube as well. He talked about he's not a huge fan of playing former players or coaches that he's worked with because at the end of the day, somebody's got to lose. Someone's going to be disappointed. And that's the outcome of Tony Vitello in Tennessee. Tony Vitello was severely disappointed with them losing the series and the SEC championship. And now he's going up against Will Bolton Knight, one of his former players, and it's an outcome. Now, it's a very intriguing outcome for Arkansas and Nebraska fans. I was actually talking to some Nebraska fans earlier this week, and even if they want their Cornhuskers to win tonight, but if Arkansas advances, not to just tonight, but wins up tomorrow as well and moves on to the Super Regional, they're going to be cheering for Dave Van Horn because Dave Van Horn, he can get fiery times, but he's a really likable guy, not just for the Arkansas fan base. I don't know a lot of college baseball people or fans that have a disdain or a hatred for Dave Van Horn. He's done it the right way for so long. This baseball program has just been a legacy of continuity from Norv DeBryan to Dave Van Horn. We had the privilege of talking with Coach DeBryan this past week, and he was kind of surprised like we were that Dave Van Horn has only won SEC Coach of the Year for the second time this season. It's been such a consistent model of success for this Arkansas baseball program. But as it often does when we talk about this program, is can you get that national championship? Well, fellas, it starts tonight against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And, Mace, you brought up earlier, it's not going to be an easy pitching matchup for Patrick Wicklander tonight.
No, it's not. Nebraska's a good hitting team. They won the Big Ten for a reason. And then the guy's going up against Chance Roach from Nebraska. He's a good pitcher. He's had a lot of good outings this year. The big thing with him, though, is that he only has one outing on the season where he hasn't given up a run. So he's a very hittable pitcher, and he's a guy who gives up runs. He's got a 4.0 ERA on the year, which doesn't really speak to really how many runs he's given up, I would say. So I think as far as Arkansas playing against pitchers who are hittable this season, I think back to the LSU series in Game 2. I can't remember the pitcher's name, but Arkansas just lit him up, and he was a very hittable pitcher. And so I think that's what this guy is. And as I said earlier, I don't see the bat struggling tonight, and I think Arkansas is going to have some success at the plate against this guy.
I think bullpen-wise, it was brought up a little bit earlier, this Arkansas bullpen struggled yesterday. 7 or 8 guys used. I'm forgetting the exact number. And you'd like to see the bullpen come in. You'd really like to just see 3 guys tonight. You'd like to see Patrick Wicklander go 5 or 6. You'd like to see Cade Monk go 2, maybe even 3. And I guess if you add 1, whoever closes out tonight, maybe Wiggins. I don't know who they're going to bring in to close out this baseball game. You want Arkansas up. You want the bats to give the Arkansas baseball pitchers, the pitchers out there, enough confidence that they can just pitch away. And you didn't have that initially yesterday. The team just, for whatever reason, was slow to start, which they've done at points this season. But like we talked about in the previous segment of Arkansas Game Day, you still found a way to win. And that's what's special about this baseball team over and over this season. Despite the outlook, despite what looks to be in doubt, this Arkansas baseball team continuously finds ways to win. We're live here at Walk-On's Fort Smith. It's Arkansas Game Day, brought to you also by Harry Robinson Buick GMC and Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley. If you want to hop in here, IMG pregame coming up. It's the last time that we can take calls on what you think is going to happen tonight. It's 877-377-6963 via call, via text, or you can pop in here via Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, where we're live streaming as well. Another interesting part of the game tonight. We talked about the Baum Walker atmosphere presence. It's going to be out and about once again tonight, and that is just something that doesn't get talked about enough. I was watching, fellas, the other regional games yesterday, Florida, some of the other sites that these games were at, and there was not near sold-out crowds at these venues. Now, Tennessee had a pretty lively crowd. We know what Lindsey Nelson has brought to the table this season for Tony Vitello and that Volunteers program. But, guys, for the most part, Arkansas was really the only program I saw that pretty much had a sellout crowd, it seemed like, Mace.
Yeah, it's fun, and I've got a lot of friends, being a college student, a lot of friends who are going out there in the hog pen and having fun. And so I see all their videos, and I actually had a buddy yesterday. He was sending me texts about all the home run balls. He said almost all of them were flying straight to him. So that's a lot of fun. And what you said earlier is Arkansas has a likable program and a likable coach in Dave Van Horn, and you've seen that through the NJIT program so far this weekend, is that we're not like that big powerhouse like Alabama football where everybody hates them, Duke basketball, everybody hates them. Arkansas is a powerhouse in college baseball, but it's not like everybody hates them. Like other SEC teams dislike them, but that's because they can't beat Arkansas.
Yep, that's a good way. That's a good way to put it.
So it's really fun to see the way these fans make everybody so excited, and the atmosphere at Baum Walker. And you've heard a lot of people say, like, Duty Noble, Mississippi State, that's the best atmosphere in college baseball, or Ole Miss as well. But I really think that Baum Walker is the best atmosphere in college baseball.
And as we're closing down, got about 40 seconds here on Arkansas Game Day. The Arkansas basketball team, a good majority of the players were in that crowd yesterday, in that hog pen that you're referring to, Mace. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Don't underestimate the impact that this baseball team is having, not just on basketball recruiting, but football recruiting as well. If this team continues to do what it's been doing, that's going to help football recruiting. I don't know about how much, but it's going to help. We're live, Arkansas Game Day, live at Walk-Ons Fort Smith. For Mason Choate, Matt Smackdown Jenkins, I'm Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Bubba Carpenter coming up next.
Today is the day. After countless hours of